Gonna do some fishing today. Just gotta find a way down into the Black River. I think that point right there is gonna be my way down. So I just started hiking. I showed you the view. We're trying to do some fishing. I'm sure I just heard a rattlesnake. I can't see him, so I'm a little scared. Where is he? I'll see. Be careful. He was over where Lupin was. Lupin's the one that got him rattling, and I called Lupin back. So I don't know where he is, but I'll try to go around him. Never did see him, but I definitely heard him. I think he's under the rocks over there. I think it's a little guy. I'll just leave him alone. I don't want to go look for him. I don't know where he is, so. That's never good. I don't like rattlesnakes. Usually I only see them when Dason's with me, but. Alright, let's get down into the river. Alright, I made it almost all the way to the river. Here's the trail that goes along the Black River. It might have been easier just to go to campground and walk the trail, because I'm not too far from the campground. And there's the river. I think I'm going to go upstream first, and then maybe go downstream. We'll see. Lupin's down there scaring all the fish away. Really pretty down here with the pine trees and the river. I'm tying my hook on. I'm going to do a little worm fishing first, and then I'll switch to my fly rod. I always use twist it around a bunch and then run it back through, tie. It's not the best, but it's just the quickest and easiest for me. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a huge knot tying fisherman type person. I should be. And then I always like a worm threader. Keeps the worm on and I don't lose my worms. My dad's always used them and I like them too. So I'm going to thread a worm on. It's blurry. By using their worm threader, it threads it onto the line itself. I left a little off though. Makes it more mobile. And then you don't lose your worms. You always get these big pretty butterflies by the river. Caught a crawdad. In the pools of water like this, the slow moving water, I usually do catch crawdads. I need to go find the fast moving water with the little pool with the slow moving waters. I'm just gonna keep catching crawdads. And also switch to flies. Bye. Here's my fish, first little fish. I need to get back in the water though. So we have this nice big still water. I fished a little bit and was catching crawdads, and the catfish will hang out in big still water like that, and bass will too, but there's no bass this high up. But the trout will be right at where the fast water is running into it and hiding under rocks like that one. That's where I caught a couple trout. That's where he was. Brown trout, fresh brown. Got quite a few rainbows this and brown I thought. In the fast water again. We got thunder. I might have to head out. A little bit of thunder, sprinkles. I might head out and not fly fish. I never got a chance to fly fish. I wasn't prepared for rain. Maybe I should have been. So about 5 trout, only 1 brown. I'm always chasing the big browns. And this is the end of that little point in the river, is right below me. There's an old book written in the 90s called Fly Fishing Arizona, Rex Chapman, I think. And I used to read that book all the time. He had every possible little stream in Arizona in it. It's so outdated now, it doesn't really work, because half those creeks don't have any fish in them. And they don't stock browns anymore, so it's hard to find big browns. But I caught one. It wasn't big. It was over 10, maybe 13, 14 inches, but not big. Those 20-inch browns, that's what I like. They fight, they're fine. But we're gonna head out and go up this ridge and I'll map it all out for you. I show these all the time. I love these pretty flowers on the cactuses. Here's a great little spot. I mean, you'll catch a lot of crawdads possibly, but there'll be some big browns hiding in here, especially if you hit right where the fast water is going in. I don't have time. It's raining and thundering, so I gotta go. Here comes the rain. I couldn't resist it, and I started fishing anyways, even though it's raining and thundering. I caught another nice little brown. So what happened is, I was up there walking, I looked down, I'm like, oh, that's too good of a spot to pass up, because I already started to leave. I came down here and I hooked a brown right away, and I didn't get him in, but he looked like 15, 16 inches. And then I hooked a couple more, and then I just brought that one in. That was about 13 inches. Great little spot right here, right where this fast water is moving in. Cliffs, perfect. But I still better go. I did get poured on for a minute, but I'm more worried about the thunder and lightning. Skies are kind of threatening and a little breezy. Yeah, here comes the rain again. This time I'm really leaving, even though I was last time too. And else I see another great fishing spot, then I might go back down. But I better get out of here. I don't know if you could see the raindrops landing on the water, but it is raining decently. Not pouring, but pretty good rain. Here's that spot. And there's another good spot up here, but I promise I'm leaving this time because it's raining hard. Well, I'll show you where these two spots are. They're pretty good. I'm working my way out fast and breathing hard. Barely see the river down. Already nervous walking a ridge line in a thunderstorm. And Lupin just started barking. I think he's barking at that rock though. Oh, he smells something. Now there's buzzards flying around too. I don't know if you can see them in this. Right on the edge of the cliff right there. There's a bunch flying around. And there's a hawk too. There they all are. There's a bunch of them. Maybe they know something I don't. I'm not lunch. Get out of here. 40 of them. I didn't smell or see anything dead. Lupin would have found it too if there was a dead thing around here. So I parked right through the trees. Right there's the truck. And just walk out on this point, and it's a pretty easy walk. There's a gate right here you go through. The canyon looks very scary, but you walk out to the end of this point, and it's actually a pretty easy walk. For me at least. I'm not saying it's going to be easy for everyone. It's still a lot of uphill. And right below on the left was that great fishing spot with more farther down I didn't hit. Now where'd that rattlesnake go? Thunder is going. Maybe somewhere around here. I better be careful. Almost back to the truck though. Alright, I made it back. There's still thunder. It's not raining anymore, but a lot of thunder and lightning. I only walked 1.76 miles. So that was with all the walking up and down the river and going in and out. So it's not a very long hike. It's pretty quick. And I caught quite a few fish and some decent browns. I'll show you what it looks like where I parked. Campground with wood. It's at the end of a little road. There's more thunder. All right, I'm gonna head home. Maybe I'll. All right, this is where I went. That is Caldwell Cabin. You drive past that and down this road that says Kettle. And then there's a little road that went off this road right here towards this point. Right about there is where it dead ended. And then walk down this point. And I fish these bends right here. Mainly I fish right that whole bend. That's where the best spot was right there. That whole big bend. Then I hiked out. That was it. Black River, way upriver. The campground is right, somewhere right up here. Farther than I thought, but right there. So you could hike all that. That is a long ways. Or you could just hike down that ridge.